Hello, my Rockworld fans. I'm here exclusively with Glenn Hughes on the phone. Hello, Glenn. Welcome to my Rockworld.
Thank you so much, man. It's really great to speak to my friends in Germany. I love you all.
Glenn, let's start with the first question. Lots of people were very surprised that after the great debut album from California Breed, the band being put to rest. Please let us know what was the reason for that decision.
Well, to be very, very honest with you, I haven't really spoke about this breakup. You're one of the first people I've spoke to. When Jason left the band, he left the band right at the start when we were supposed to start, touring, And when Jason left the band, I had a decision to make. I had a decision to fold the band, completely walk away with Jason, or continue with Andrew Watt. The reason I chose to stay was because tickets were already on sale. And I am the kind of person, if someone has bought a ticket to see me, I'm going to show up. Now, when Jason left, he left for reasons of his own, whatever he wanted to leave. We're okay, everything's okay, but I felt it to be, it wasn't really a band anymore. It was more basically based around my thing. So I thought at the end of the tour, when we finished with Slash in December in England, I thought it would be best for me to go back to my solo work and do things again. I haven't really done a solo tour in 7 years, so it's time to come back and play the European market and South America and the Far East and North America. I'm going to be playing everywhere.
Okay, so there was no personal problems?
Nope. Look, truly now, the reasons why people leave projects is because of sex, drugs, rock and roll.
Yeah.
I think for Jason, he just wasn't prepared to go on tour last year. He really wasn't prepared to do that. And unfortunately, when we were on sale and I couldn't leave with him. It was a band that I put together with Jason. Again, There is no ill feeling. Everybody is fine. Everybody's talking. I just feel sorry for the fans that didn't get to see California Breed because it was a really great band.
And it was a really good brand.
It was a great brand, but if anybody knows me, they know that I'm a workaholic. They know that I'm always working on something new, always working with people that are exciting. And, for me, after the band broke up, I spent a few months at home. I'm writing a new album right now. And I said to myself, I'm going to call my manager and I want to see if I can, go back out to Europe and go to South America too and get back to playing some live shows because I have great fan base. So I'm really looking forward to coming back.
Okay, that question will be later. Let's come back to another great project. I've read about this on your website. There's a new fantastic all-star project called Kings of Chaos, featuring Gilby Clarke, Duff McKagan, Matt Sorum from Guns N' Roses, Billy Gibbons from CC Top, Robin Sander from Cheap Trick, Steve Stevens, and also yourself. Please tell us something about this project and how did this come together?
It's a band that we started the band. Basically, the core nucleus of the band is Matt Sorum, Duff McKagan, Gilby Clarke, Steve Stevens, and myself. And we have guests come. We've had Gene Simmons, we've had Slash, we've had Miles Kennedy, we've had Joe Elliott, we've had Steven Tyler, Ed Roland from Collective Soul. So, the core members are, again, me, Duff, Matt, Gilby, and Steve. And everybody else that comes in are our guests. So Kings of Chaos is a band that play kind of basically in the Far East. We go to South America, we go to Africa, Australia. And the next thing is to bring the band into Europe in the next year.
That would be amazing, yeah.
So, like last week we played on the East Coast, and we get to play because ZZ Top, Billy's playing with us, so we get to play some ZZ Top. Robin plays, so we get to play some Cheap Trick. Duff is in the band, so we get to play Guns N' Roses. And I'm singing Deep Purple. So if you're a rock fan, and if you're a fan of classic rock from ZZ Top to Cheap Trick to Deep Purple to Guns N' Roses, I think it's a great evening. It's a really fantastic show.
And what I've seen on YouTube already from last week's shows was amazing. I really have to admit.
Thank you, man.
So
the guys you see on that stage, my friend, well, I've known Billy since 1971. I've known the guys in Guns N' Roses since 1984. I've known Steven Stevens since 1985, and I've known Robin Zander since 1979. So we're all very old friends and very, very, very focused on our families, and we love life and we love to rock.
And it's also a fun thing. I think you enjoy really to play live with them.
It's a great thing, we are playing again. We're playing in San Francisco in July, and then we go to South America in November, and next year, we're going to be traveling the world. Again, we want to bring the band to I think 2016, summer 16, will probably be festivals for Kings of Chaos.
So, but this will only be focused on cover versions, or from the bands you have been involved, or?
Yeah, I mean, the premise behind Kings of Chaos is that if you've got all these guys from all these famous bands, and I think as a fan, if you're in the audience and you get an opportunity to see, 4 or 5 guys that you really like from these bands, these big bands, I think it's a great opportunity for fans to come and see a collection of their favorite songs from their favorite bands, So for me and the guys in the band, it's a really great opportunity to play to a lot of people in a great family-orientated band. There's a lot of danger in our music. Of course, if you're a member of Guns N' Roses and Deep Purple, there's going to be some danger there.
Yeah.
So, it's a big production. It's a real great evening, and I think it's a great show.
Next question. In September, October, you will be back in Europe on a solo tour. Please tell us something about this coming tour. What can we expect from the shows, and can you already name the lineup of your band?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I want to say I'm really excited to come back to Germany. I really love playing. There's 8 shows, of course, you see on the internet, where everybody can see on myRockworld all of my shows. In the band, now I can talk about who's playing in the band. On drums is Pontus Engborg, who's been in my band for 10 years. Now, the newest member of my band is Doug Aldrich, ex-Whitesnake.
And this is a really sensation.
This is the first interview I have spoken about Doug. We have announced 2 days ago that Doug is coming with me, and I'm really excited because Doug and I've known Doug. Ronnie Dio introduced me to Doug 20 years ago, and of course, Doug was, before he joined Whitesnake, Doug was in Dio. So, as you know, Ronnie was one of my best friends, and David Coverdale's my brother, so it's kind of crazy that now Doug is now playing with me.
What can we expect from the shows? Will it be a best of, or from all areas?
These songs, I'm going to be playing Deep Purple songs, Black Cook's Communion songs, California Breed songs, and some songs. And more importantly, Hughes music. My music is very important to me. But the emphasis on the show it's pure rock show. It's going to be a rock show, very energetic, very live. It's a trio, no keyboards, and a very, very, very hard driving. I've selected a bunch of songs which are definitely more hard rock than anything else. So it's definitely, I'm definitely celebrating the Glenn Hughes rock.
That sounds awesome, great. The next question: are there any plans for a new solo album?
I'm going to give you an exclusive. I've been writing, as you know that I write songs all day long. I write songs every moment of the day. So I have been writing songs for a solo album. Yes, you were right. I am going to make a solo album this year. It will be released next year.
Okay.
So I can't say when I'm going to record it because I'm very busy, but I can say this to you. By the end of this year, the album will be finished and mastered, and the artwork will be done, and it will be coming out early next year. It's been 7 or 8 years since I released my last solo album.
Yeah.
And the next album I make is going to be, again, since Black Country Communion has brought me back into the rock community really big, so I am definitely going to make a rock record with Glenn Hughes, very Glenn Hughes sounding music, So
Okay.
the songs I'm writing are very, I'm very excited about the emotional quantity of my songs. I'm very happy. And we're all excited. We're all excited in Los Angeles.
That sounds really good. very looking forward to. So I have some general questions. Glenn, you can look back to a very long and successful, still ongoing musical career. Is there still anything you haven't done yet musically, and you still think one day I really would like to do that?
Well, right now I'm working with Billy Ray Cyrus. I mean, and when you say Billy Ray Cyrus, you'll probably go, what?
Country music?
And it's crazy, right? I mean, he's Miley's father, and he's doing a TV series in America, which is going to be a great series, and I'm working with him on new music for an album we're making together. Again, if you know me at all, you know that I do strange things, like the KLS thing I did in the early 90s, and I have a lot of friends who are country stars, and I have a lot of friends who are rock stars and a lot of movie stars. I really like to do things that are different, and for me to cross over into Americana music is really interesting. But just remember this, everybody, in Germany, I am a rocker. I will always be the heart of rock music. So what do I want to do? I mean, of course I would always like to work with people, new people, or my friends, or I always like to work with people that give me something that I haven't, done yet. Or that's why with Billy Ray, it's very interesting. I've just sung a song with Billy Ray Cyrus and Bryan Adams for the title song of Billy Ray's TV show called Still the King.
Awesome.
So you're the first person I'm talking to about this, so hopefully people,
Wow.
when they hear this, oh my God, they'll probably go, Glenn and Bryan Adams and Billy Ray Cyrus, that's crazy. Just remember this, I'm a little crazy, and I like to do things that make people think, what is he doing now? And I like to shock people. I'm not someone that likes to live a normal kind of life. I like to do things a little different. And remember this now, it's rock and roll. If I'm going to be singing on a track, you're going to hear the Glenn voice. It's going to be that voice that it's my voice. So, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited about touching the genres in music, from rock to metal to soul to country music, man, because country music is now rock music. If you think of country music, you don't really think of those guys from 50 years ago, like Johnny Cash, who I love, and George Jones, who I met. He was a wonderful guy. So, but look, my friend Steven Tyler's just released a country song, so it's what it is.
So, okay. Glenn, next question. Who were your heroes starting out to play music?
My heroes were Lennon and McCartney, and that was it for me. When I saw Lennon and McCartney in the Beatles when I was 11 years old on TV, I was still in short pants in school, and of course, that was the influence for me when I was growing up. That's when I picked the guitar up when I was 11 years old, and I learned how to play guitar on my own. I didn't go to school to learn, and then I learned how to play piano. And of course, a little bit later on, I started to listen to what was coming from Detroit. And that's when I found Stevie Wonder and Marvin Gaye and Otis Redding, who was from Georgia. So I was listening to, as Robert Plant was, and Paul Rogers, we were listening to what was coming from America. And the Americans were listening to what was coming from England. It's very crazy. So all these years later, I'm really good. Stevie Wonder is my mentor. He's been a close friend to me for 40-something years. So, I've learned from me, the greatest singer of all time. And I've kept myself in a good, humble position. I'm a student. I'm 60-something years old now, but I'm still a student of music and a student of life. I'm still learning how to do things. I think when somebody says they are the complete article, they probably stop growing. I'm still growing as a spiritual human being. I'm trying to carry a message to young people around the world about love. And, that's my story. I am a messenger.
That's great. What advice would you give a young musician that wants to start out music or to become a rock star?
Everyone on this planet, every single human being, child, young people, has been given a gift. Some people don't know they've been given a gift till later in life. I was given a gift when I was very, very young. Before I joined Deep Purple, I was playing in America with thousands of people every day with my band Trapeze, not realizing that God had given me a gift. God had given me a gift to play guitar, then they'd given me a gift to play bass, and then He gave me a gift to sing. And it took me a few years to realize that I had been given a special gift. Like, football players or architects or doctors, or dancers or painters have been given a specific gift. So I advise all young kids who pick up an instrument, whether it's a guitar, a piano, drums, saxophone, whatever it is, to realize that if they have this really intense feeling that they are at one with their instrument and they can't stop playing the guitar or can't stop singing, that is called a gift. And you must embrace the gift, and you must understand that you have to acknowledge that you have been given a gift. And that gift can be taken from you if you don't nurture the gift. You have to realize it's a gift. So my advice to young kids in Germany is, whatever gift it is, if you want to play football, if you want to be an architect, if you want to be a lawyer, if you want to build a house, it's a gift. It's not something that you try to do, it's something that you are supposed to do.
Yeah. That's great. Okay, coming to the next question. Glenn, please tell us some secrets about yourself that nobody knows. Maybe a funny tour bus secret. Do you have anything to share with us?
Well, I run 5 miles every day. I think people probably know that. I swim every day. I'm in really great health. I'm not the guy I was 30 years ago, I'm trying to be funny with you, but a lot of my friends, we're all crazy back in the 70s, and some people aren't here now to tell the tale. But, one thing I do is I really do love to plant seeds in my garden. I like to, plant seeds that grow into flowers. I just see outside of my window here, last year planted a very small palm tree, and now it is 4 meters tall. So,
awesome.
I love to plant. Around my house there is apple trees, orange trees, lemon trees, grapefruit, and I planted those 10 years ago, and they're big trees. I'm a kind of a guy that likes to get my hands in the soil. I like to get in the garden and watch things grow. I love to plant.
That's nice secret. Okay.
When I was 20 years old and I saw my father doing these things, I would go to myself, oh my God, that's so boring. That's me. people, when you listen to me, and you have to understand this, when I tell you this, if you're young, trust me, when you become my age, you will have your fingers in the dirt looking at the lemons that you are growing on your tree.
Okay. So you enjoy garden work?
I love it.
Love it, love it.
I have a beautiful garden in my house, man. I'm surrounded by this huge garden. I'm looking at it right now. I'm thinking, I think I planted most of these trees here.
Awesome. Fantastic. The last question. Please, some words to your fans here in Europe and around the world, because the interview will be aired then next week, whole world.
You know, I have been, again, I use the word gift. I have been given a gift to do what I do, and all those years ago when the gift was given to me, it was a very free gift, and if you know my story, if you've read my book, you know that I had a crazy lifestyle. I was, you know, in a very, very world-famous band, and there was a lot of things going on. There was, you know, drinking and drugs and this and that, and people were dying, and people were freaking out, and there was people, you know, I was thrown in jail because somebody said I killed somebody, and then somebody said I was dead, and, you know, it's just, life is the way it's supposed to be, and I've come so far in my life that I have lived 10 lives, you know, so I'm really, really excited to still be here, to play on every continent on this planet. In the next year or two, I hope to go all over the world and play for you. I am a European man that lives in Los Angeles, but you know, I spend a lot of my time outside of America playing all over the world, and the key for my life is to sing live. I love to make records. I love it.
Yeah.
The future for me is more filming, singing, and live shows. I think that's the future for musicians these days. It's not so much in the studio. It's about what you film and how you look and how you feel.
Yeah.
And I hope to see all of you around the world at some point as soon as possible.
Great. Okay. Glenn, thank you very much for this interview.